My beloved child, before you dismiss this message, stay with me for a moment. What is about to unfold is not a random story, it is about a truth that remained hidden until now. Someone connected to your past, someone standing between your soulmate and your ex, finally reached a point where silence became impossible. They carried a secret for far too long, believing it would protect everyone involved. But today, that silence has cracked. They admitted that many misunderstandings were never created by fate, they were created by fear, assumptions, and words left unsaid. As this unfolds, clarity will come. Every piece of this story begins fitting together, and what once looked like an ending may have been preparing you for an unexpected beginning. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next revelation changes everything. For a long time, your soulmate sensed that something never felt right whenever your name appeared. They couldn't explain it, but every memory carried unanswered questions. Then came the conversation that changed everything. The person linked to your ex finally confessed that they had witnessed moments no one else knew about. They realized that the image painted in the past was incomplete, and keeping quiet had only made the distance grow. This may resonate as we continue because the truth often arrives quietly before it transforms everything. Your soulmate didn't react with anger. They reacted with silence, because sometimes silence reveals the deepest emotions. Now the real shift begins. Your soulmate is no longer searching for someone to blame, they are searching for what is genuine. The confession they heard didn't erase the past, but it opened a door that had been locked for far too long. They are beginning to understand that not every chapter deserves to define the ending of the story. Stay with me for a moment, because what happens next is the part no one expected. A decision is forming, not from pressure, but from clarity. Every hidden detail is pointing toward one powerful realization that could completely change the direction of this connection. And here's the moment that makes this message unforgettable. The truth was never about choosing sides, it was about finally seeing reality without confusion. Your soulmate now knows that some answers cannot be ignored forever, and this realization is giving them the courage to move differently than before. As this unfolds, clarity will come, and what seemed impossible may begin to feel surprisingly close. But the biggest revelation has not been spoken yet, because the next chapter reveals the one sentence your soulmate never thought they would be ready to say. A quiet moment changed everything. Your soulmate couldn't stop thinking about the confession they had just heard. The words kept replaying in their mind, and for the first time, they realized how many pieces of the story had been missing. Stay with me for a moment, because the next discovery is even more surprising. Instead of looking back with regret, they started looking ahead with hope. Something huge is waiting for you, and every step they take now is leading them closer to the truth they should have seen long ago. Then something unexpected happened. The person linked to your ex admitted there was one final detail they had never shared. It wasn't because they wanted to hide it forever, they simply feared the consequences. As this unfolds, clarity will come. That final detail made your soulmate question everything they once believed. They began to understand that first impressions can be misleading and that genuine feelings often survive even after long periods of silence. If this story is keeping you curious, make sure to share this video with someone who believes that the truth always finds its way, and don't forget to subscribe because what comes next is the most important part of this journey. Your soulmate is now standing at a crossroads. They know they cannot return to the past, but they also know they cannot ignore what has finally been revealed. This may resonate as we continue because some answers arrive exactly when they are needed most. Every hidden conversation, every unanswered question, and every emotional moment is now leading toward one life-changing realization. They are beginning to understand that what they felt all along was never an illusion. One final thought continues to echo in their heart. If the truth had been spoken earlier, everything might have looked completely different. But perhaps it arrived now for a reason. Stay with me for a moment, because the next chapter uncovers the decision your soulmate is preparing to make, a decision that no one around them saw coming, and one that could reshape this entire story forever. Everything became clearer after one unexpected conversation. Your soulmate stopped asking, "What went wrong?" and started asking, "What was hidden from me?" That single change in perspective unlocked emotions they had buried for far too long. Stay with me for a moment, because what they discovered next wasn't another rumor, it was a realization that completely shifted their heart. Something huge is waiting for you, and every answer is bringing them closer to the choice they can no longer avoid. As this unfolds, clarity will come. Your soulmate finally understood that the truth had been standing quietly in front of them all along. They realized that not every voice from the past deserved to shape their future. The confession they heard didn't create new feelings, it uncovered feelings that had never truly disappeared. This may resonate as we continue because sometimes the strongest connections survive even when everything around them says they shouldn't. Now a quiet determination has taken its place. Your soulmate has decided to stop letting fear guide their next step. Instead, they want honesty to lead the way, no matter where it takes them. Every memory now feels different because they finally know the missing piece that was hidden for so long. What once looked like a closed chapter is beginning to feel like the start of something completely unexpected. But don't think the story ends here. The greatest moment is still ahead. Someone who never expected to speak again is about to reveal one final truth that could bring every unanswered question together. Stay with me for a moment, because the next chapter reveals the message your soulmate has been holding inside their heart, waiting for the perfect time to share. There is one final piece that no one expected to surface. Your soulmate has spent all this time connecting every hidden detail, and now the entire picture finally makes sense. Stay with me for a moment, because this is where everything changes. The truth they uncovered wasn't about proving anyone wrong, it was about realizing that genuine feelings can survive confusion, distance, and time. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next step they take will come from certainty instead of doubt. As this unfolds, clarity will come. Your soulmate has chosen to leave behind the stories that kept them trapped in uncertainty. They now understand that the person linked to your ex didn't reveal the truth to create more conflict, they revealed it because carrying the secret had become impossible. That honesty became the turning point. If you've been following this journey from the beginning, share this video with someone who believes that the truth always finds its way, and subscribe so you don't miss the final chapter where every unanswered question comes together. This may resonate as we continue because real clarity often arrives when you least expect it. Your soulmate is no longer waiting for someone else to decide their future. They are preparing to trust what they have learned and move forward with confidence. Every hidden conversation, every confusing moment, and every unanswered question has led to this exact point. Nothing feels accidental anymore. And now comes the final promise before this story reaches its conclusion. Your soulmate knows there is one message that still needs to be spoken, and once those words are finally revealed, nothing will feel the same again. Stay with me for a moment. Because the final chapter uncovers the message they have protected until now, a message powerful enough to bring this entire journey full circle. The moment has finally arrived. Your soulmate is no longer carrying questions, they are carrying clarity. Every hidden conversation, every delayed truth, and every silent emotion has led to this single realization. Stay with me for a moment, because this ending is not about the past anymore. It is about the courage to move forward with an open heart. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with one simple decision: choosing truth over fear. As this unfolds, clarity will come. Your soulmate now understands that the confession from the person linked to your ex was never meant to reopen old wounds. It was meant to close them. The weight of uncertainty has finally been lifted, allowing them to see this connection without confusion. This may resonate as we continue because some answers arrive late, not to punish us, but to prepare us for a better chapter ahead. Looking back, they realize that every obstacle taught them something valuable. The silence revealed patience. The distance revealed strength. And the truth revealed what had always mattered most: honesty. Instead of holding on to regret, they are choosing peace. Instead of wondering, what if, they are ready to embrace what comes next. That quiet confidence is becoming stronger with every passing moment. And this is where the story finds its meaning. Not because every mystery was perfect, but because the truth was finally given a chance to be heard. Your soulmate now believes that genuine connections are built on openness, trust, and understanding. The journey that began with hidden words ends with clear hearts, leaving one unforgettable reminder: when truth finally speaks, it has the power to change everything. What happens after the truth is revealed is often more powerful than the truth itself. Your soulmate has reached a place where they no longer need to chase answers, they finally understand them. Stay with me for a moment, because this final chapter is about what comes next. Something huge is waiting for you, not because the past has changed, but because the future now feels brighter than ever before. As this unfolds, clarity will come. Your soulmate has chosen to let honesty become the foundation of every step ahead. The confusion that once surrounded this connection has slowly faded, replaced by a quiet sense of peace. They have learned that real understanding doesn't appear all at once, it grows with every truthful conversation and every sincere choice. This may resonate as we continue because the strongest journeys are often the ones that teach us patience before they reveal their purpose. Looking ahead, your soulmate carries a new perspective. They know that trust is built through actions, not assumptions, and that every meaningful connection deserves openness instead of silence. The chapter shaped by uncertainty has come to an end, making room for hope, healing, and genuine understanding. Every experience along the way has prepared them to recognize what truly matters. And this is the message that remains after everything else has been said: never underestimate the power of truth to transform a story. The confession that once seemed impossible became the key that unlocked clarity, growth, and a new beginning. The journey may have started with hidden emotions, but it ends with confidence, honesty, and the belief that the best chapters are always the ones still waiting to be written. A new chapter begins where no one expected it to. Your soulmate isn't looking back anymore, they're looking ahead with a calm heart. Stay with me for a moment, because one final realization changes the meaning of everything you've heard so far. Something huge is waiting for you, and it isn't another secret. It's the confidence that comes when every missing piece finally falls into place. As this unfolds, clarity will come. Your soulmate now understands that the truth wasn't meant to create distance, it was meant to remove it. The confusion of the past no longer controls their thoughts. Instead, they have found peace in knowing that honesty always arrives when the time is right. This may resonate as we continue because some journeys don't end with dramatic moments. They end with quiet certainty that everything happened for a reason. Now they are ready to embrace the future without fear or hesitation. Every unanswered question has become a lesson, and every challenge has made them wiser. The story that once felt filled with uncertainty has become a reminder that genuine connections grow stronger through patience, understanding, and truth. They are no longer waiting for the perfect moment, they are ready to create it. This is where our journey comes to a close. The hidden truth has been spoken, the silence has been broken, and a brighter path now lies ahead. Remember this, the most meaningful endings are often the beginning of something even greater. Thank you for staying until the end of this story, and may every step you take lead you toward clarity, hope, and a future filled with genuine happiness. The story may have reached a turning point, but there is still a deeper lesson hidden beneath everything that happened. Your soulmate has started seeing the connection from a completely different perspective. Stay with me for a moment, because this realization is something they never expected to understand. Something huge is waiting for you, and it comes from the truth they finally accepted. As this unfolds, clarity will come. Your soulmate now sees that the past was filled with emotions, assumptions, and moments that were misunderstood. The person connected to your ex revealed a truth that allowed them to look beyond old beliefs and discover what was real. This may resonate as we continue because sometimes the answers we search for are hidden inside the moments we almost gave up on. The biggest change is happening within your soulmate. They are no longer allowing old confusion to decide what happens next. They have learned that every person carries a story that others may never fully see. Instead of judging the past, they are choosing understanding. Instead of holding on to doubt, they are choosing peace. The truth gave them a new way to look at everything. And now, the final realization becomes clear. Some connections are tested not because they are weak, but because they are meant to reveal patience, honesty, and growth. Your soulmate understands that the journey was never only about what happened before, it was about what both hearts can learn moving forward. The next chapter is no longer about hidden truths, it is about creating a future built on trust and understanding.